We have the latest M. Night Shyamalan movie, Trap. So is this a good movie, or did he trap us into watching something bad? So when it comes to M. Night Shyamalan, he's one of those hit or miss directors for me, to where he does have some good movies, but some of his other movies could actually kind of be bad. But I will say more times than not that he typically has a good premise that could hook you into a movie. But the question is whether or not that premise actually has good execution within the movie itself. When it comes to the newest movie of Trap, this was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. Basically going off of the premise is what hooked me in, to where you have this movie kind of set in one location, and just the way that they were able to sort of give us the big twist of the movie already before going in. So all those different things is what got me kind of interested in this movie and checking it out. And to start off, I would say one of the best things about this movie is going to be Josh Hartnett's performance in this movie. It was definitely a highlight, as he plays this character with a sense of duality, where he comes across as this quirky dad taking his daughter to the concert, doing the typical dad stuff. And the second part, to where he is the butcher that people have come to call him, to where he plays this character as sort of intelligent and calculating. The way that Josh Hartnett plays this role is really great. The way that he's able to play these two different roles, to where he's able to switch and snap seamlessly into these different roles. During this movie, we basically get the perspective of Josh Hartnett's character, to where we see how he's making a plan, trying to evade and escape the police while they're at the concert, using sleight of hand and different tactics to just be able to plan out and try to escape. But the way that you see him throughout the movie, to where he's trying to evade and escape the police, is very interesting and intriguing to see. The way that he tries to escape, to see the things that he plans out to try to make his escape from the police, is very interesting and intriguing to see in the movie. And I do like the dynamic between Josh Hartnett's character of the father and the actress playing his daughter. They have a good relationship of, the father-daughter type. And for the most part, I was intrigued and interested in this movie, to where seeing what's going to happen next, they kind of keep you guessing. But I will say, during this movie, you do need to suspend disbelief in logic, because there is a couple of things here and there that happen where it doesn't seem logical. So this will be that type of movie, to where you have to go into this movie and just go along for the ride. Just suspend belief in logical things and just go along for the ride on this one. Now, I know a lot of people will be screaming nepotism for this movie, because as the concert and the singer they go and see is actually M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. So you will be seeing tidbits of her singing different songs throughout the movie. And mainly in the third act, you are able to see her acting, as she plays a more integral part in the third act. Now, I can see how people might complain about this nepotism, or they might complain about her acting. And sure, her acting is not great in this movie, but I don't really mind it. I'll say the biggest thing for this movie, if you want to watch this movie, and the biggest highlight of this movie, is definitely Josh Hartnett's performance as his character. I would say his performance as his character is definitely worth the watch of this movie. And I kind of like that he's having this little resurgence, with Josh Hartnett coming out in a few movies here and there over the past 2 years or so. This little resurgence that he's having, I'm really liking that he's coming back into acting and being in movies. There was a mid-credit scene, but it's not too far into the credits, like just a minute or two within the credits. It's a little funny tidbit that goes on. Now, I wouldn't say this is one of M. Night Shyamalan's best movies, but it's not his worst either. There's definitely some other movies I would put before this as better movies, and there's definitely some movies I would put after this as worse movies that he has in his filmography. I want to say this is one of those movies that I will say, quote, M. Night Shyamalan is back, making great movies. But I can still say that this was at least a solid watch. I was entertained for the most part. I was interested and intrigued throughout the movie. I didn't hate my time with this movie. It's a good little movie. It's kind of the middle of the road kind of movie when it comes to M. Night Shyamalan's movies. And for the most part, I enjoyed it. There's definitely some things here and there that could have been tweaked or fixed. But overall, I would say this is at least a solid watch, and I didn't hate my time with it. So let me know down in the comments below, did you enjoy this movie? Did you go check it out? What are your thoughts on this movie? But that's going to do it all for this video. Hopefully y'all all enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe and turn notifications on so you know I post another video. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.